Okay, so this video is for people who are exactly like me and love to stay with the trends, do the impulse buying, and love to just have luxury things in their collection, whether it's shoes, bags, or jewelry. I'm going to tell you about the best 5 sites that I've personally used to sell those luxury goods. So if this is something that you guys are interested in, you should definitely keep on watching. And welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie here on YouTube, and if you love all things luxury, fashion, lifestyle, then you should definitely hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell to get notified when I upload new videos. Okay, so as you guys know, obviously I love collecting luxury goods, but at the same time I love to flip-flop. My personality changes, my fashion trend changes. I try to keep up with trends that are going on currently. So usually when that happens, I feel like I kind of look at my collection and say something's got to give. Like I either have to sell something to make room for something else, or get rid of something to save up for something else that I really want in the near future. So I feel like it's kind of difficult because there are just so many sites out there that you can sell secondhand, lightly, gently used luxury goods. So I just wanted to share with you guys my experience and some of the sites that I've used and like good and bad experiences. So yeah, let's get to the first one on my list. So I pretty much just have my notebook here and I wrote down all the ones that I've used in the past, and I'm just going to talk about those. Like I said, I think it's only like 5 that I've honestly used, but I will get into detail as to which ones I liked and which ones I didn't and which ones I guess I prefer. So the first site that I ever used, and literally didn't even know about this for the longest time, that you could literally sell your gently used luxury goods online if you know you want to make some extra buck or something. So the first place that I ever found out was Fashionphile, and they were amazing. There's several ways that you can do it. Honestly, you can go online first and just put a quote out there. So pretty much what they ask is just to give a description. Usually it's pristine condition, excellent condition, very good, good, fair, and I don't know what the last one would be. The last one would be like, it's pretty beat up, but like, you know, it's still a luxury good and I'm still trying to sell it. So usually you would write that in the description, talk about any wear or tear, anything that's missing, like maybe you don't have the receipt, the authenticity card, a strap's missing, anything like that. You would just write in that box, and then you would also put the exact name of the product. And then you kind of have to, it would tell you to take pictures of different angles. So it will say like, put the bottom of the purse, take the front of the purse, put the interior, take a picture of that, and then you just go ahead and submit it. It's really quick, honestly. Loved it when I did it. I was like, wow, that was easy. And usually they give you an email confirming that they got your quote, and they usually try to get back to you within 1 to 2 days. But lately they've been kind of busy, so it's been more like 4 or 5 days like they get back to you. Basically, off of everything that you submitted, that's where they would go ahead and give you their quote of what they will offer you. I know a lot of people don't usually like Fashionphile because they feel like they kind of gyp you in a way. It's like, what the hell? Like, I paid X amount of money and you're only going to offer me this. But I guess just like keep in mind that if that bag's not trending anymore, obviously it's not really up there as like a hot item. And then on top of that, a lot of people just do want to buy the new version of that bag and want it to be in pristine condition. So if you do have some flaws to it, obviously that's going to take down on the price. But they also have 2 other options that you can do if you didn't want to submit a quote online. You can also do a virtual video with them, and basically it's a sales associate who specializes in authenticating luxury goods. So I did it like once or twice. And honestly, sometimes I found that when doing that, they give you a higher price as quote-wise, I guess because they're actually like visually seeing it through a camera. But yeah, you just set up a meeting with them, whatever day works for you, and they give you the times, and then the person pretty much gives you a link and emails you, and then it's kind of just like 30 minutes of just talking, and they pretty much just do the same thing as if you were like filling out the quote. So you kind of just show them up to the camera every angle of the bag, and they just take the pictures on their end, and obviously they can visually see now through a video of like what the interior looks like and what the exterior looks like, and then we'll send you a final quote after that quote-unquote interview or meeting, and we'll let you know what they want to offer you. Then the third option is obviously just going to Fashionphile themselves. Obviously they only have select locations, so obviously I'm from New Jersey, so the fastest place that I could go is New York City, where I could just go in person, and they kind of just do all of that for you in person, what you would do on submitting the quote. And then honestly, they would give you the cash right there and then, like through a check, which is pretty cool. So that's like if you're in the need of like fast cash, that's like perfect for you to just go in person. I do believe also they have like select Neiman Marcus's that will also do that for you too. So if you have a local Neiman Marcus, it'll tell you which stores that you can go to in person, so you can check to see if your local Neiman Marcus would do it for you in person as well. For them, they only do jewelry, shoes, and handbags. I will say that shoes, they are very, very selective. A lot of the times they'll go through like eras too where they only want brand new shoes. So even if it's like just gently used and it's like you wore it once or twice, they most likely won't take it. But it really just depends on what time of the season that you're doing it. Because I remember one time when that happened to me, they were just saying they have a lot of shoes in inventory, so that's why they're being super strict. So just keep that in mind as well. The second place that I have is Rebag. I will say this is probably my number one place that I go to, because out of all the places that I've ever used, they usually give me the highest quote. And also what's really cool about them is that their quote is instant. You do not have to wait like Fashionphile where it takes 1 to 2 days, or if they're really busy, it'll take 4 days. You literally can just go log in. You have to make an account obviously, and you can either do their search, but like search it by search item that they have, or you can just take a picture. So if you take a picture, then obviously it's going to take like 1 to 2 days, but they're also still really super fast with that, with showing you what quote that you get. And then also they have the search item. So obviously it'll say what exactly bag that you have and that they've had before in previous sales. And then you would go ahead, and this time you have to be very, very specific though, because they will ask you and show you pictures of examples of like, is it gently used? Is it in good condition? Very good condition? Pristine? Excellent? Fair? So you have to be very precise with that, because once it comes time for you to ship it out to them, they will either A, resend your bag back if you didn't like specify it clearly of what condition it's in, because the quote was obviously based off of what you told them, or they will just knock down some of the pricing of the quote that you put. And vice versa, it could work either way. Like maybe if you really downsized it and it's actually in better condition, sometimes they'll give you like extra money on top of that. That's happened to me like once or twice. It's very rare when that happens, but like it's happened to me before. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I'm like a little bit more. So you can either do those two options. Then, like I said, the quote is instant. So as soon as you hit that button, submit, it will show you right away like what they're gonna give you. And you also have two other options as well. You can either trade in your bag. So usually when you trade in your bag to Rebag, you get more money obviously than what they would give you if they just gave you a check or did direct deposit. Or you could just get like the cash. I think there is a third option. I can't really remember what the third option is, but pretty much if you guys don't know what like trade is, basically say if you already have a bag in mind that you want to replace it with and Rebag has it, so you can obviously just like swap it. So just deduct that money that they're going to give you, ship that to them, and then they'll ship you the new bag with the deductive money that you got from that bag. So whatever is left over is what you owe them. So realistically you could get a good bang for your buck if you're like me and you love to stay with trends and you're always constantly like revamping your collection. That would be a good way to save money. But yeah, I think that's all I really want to say about Rebag. Also keep in mind, Rebag does not do shoes. I believe they do like select styles of clothes, bags, and jewelry. But yeah, shoes they do not sell there. Also, I was going to say, if you didn't want to do the online quote, the instant quote, or taking pictures, you again can do the same thing as Fashionphile, where you can just go in person to your local Rebag. Again, for me, since I'm located in New Jersey, there are several locations in New York I know, but there is none in New Jersey, and it's not like Fashionphile where you can go to some department store that might have it. It has to be just at Rebag. Another place that I recently saw, which I found out from another YouTuber who was talking about this, and it's called Anna's Fabulous Finds. So this one is more of like a consignment store, and what I mean by that is that you pretty much email them, because they have like their email on their website that you use to email them with, and then you send pictures of the item that you're trying to sell, the description, and the price point that you want to sell it for. So pretty much they come back to you saying if they agree with the price point and everything like that, and then you have to ship the bag to them, and then they pretty much take professional pictures for you and then display it on their website. So it's more of a consignment store because you don't get paid until someone buys it off of their website. So what I didn't really like about Anna's Fabulous Finds is that it took a really long time, to the point where I actually just asked them to ship it back. And also keep in mind, oh my god, I almost choked on myself there, that you have to keep it, like once you send it to them, you have to leave it on their website for, I believe, like 3 months. I think it's like 90 days. Otherwise, if like, say you had it like on some other site and like someone sold it from that site, in order for you to get that bag back, it's gonna cost you a fee. So it's better to just wait the 90 days and then take it back if you feel like it's taking too long, or just like keep it for however long it takes for someone to buy it off the line. And obviously you can go online yourself and see it, and see, it'll say like if it's pending because someone put in an offer or something. But yeah, I just didn't really like that concept. Like, I'd rather have like instant money right away and just know upfront how much I'm going to make, versus like having to wait, because sometimes it honestly could take like a year until someone buys that bag. So I just like having a little bit more control. If you're okay with that and you don't mind it, because like I said, it is like a lot easier where you don't have to go and take the pictures, they just post it online for you. And of course they do take a cut from it. The next place, and this is the place that I used to previously always post my stuff, and I still do till this day. So if you guys ever see something on my channel and I'm saying that I'm going to try to sell it at one point, you should definitely check out my Poshmark. It's just under my same name. And basically for Poshmark, it's really just on you. Some people find it annoying because obviously you're the one who posts the pictures, says the condition and all that stuff. But then on top of that, if you don't have like a lot of following already on your Poshmark, you have to kind of enter into these like a group of like that will happen on certain days, and it'll say like luxury bags that are like just entering the site, or it's purse day or whatever, and you would have to enter that and just kind of like submit your picture so it shows up when people are like searching for bags. I'm doing such a bad job of explaining this, but maybe I'll try to insert it on the screen of like what it's actually called. But usually I have like some type of event every day. I guess that's what I'm looking for, the word event. And these events are specified on certain things. So it could be like jacket event day. So like you can go from your closet, they call it a closet on Poshmark, wherever you post the stuff that you're selling on your page, and you would share what's on your closet to that event. And that's kind of how you would get either more followers, because more people would like see what you've sold in the past and stuff like that, or what you're selling right now. And then it would just get more attention, because I feel like on Poshmark, again, like I said, if you're just starting off and don't really have a big following, it will literally just sit there. So you really just have to keep up with it, just so you can get as many more views and enter those events, so like more people will like send you offers. The only thing that I have, or like a con that I have with Poshmark, is the people on Poshmark are very picky. So I had like this Tory Burch bag where it was, in my opinion, I thought it was like in pretty good condition. Like I would honestly say like excellent, or even close to pristine. But the people will be very picky and like honestly want the bag to be brand new, and are just really just trying to get a bargain. So like honestly, Poshmark is pretty bad with that, when someone will say like, oh, there's like a dot that's like you have to have like a microscope to see that dot. They'll like put a complaint into Poshmark and say like, I want to return this. So they have to do that within 3 days of getting the item. And most of the time, whenever that happens to me, Poshmark will not fight for me and say like, okay, this is a little ridiculous. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to keep the bag, because a lot of the times like it is just final sale. But I don't know what it is. I guess just more people are complaining. So Poshmark honestly will just like always agree with the customer and just ship it back. I don't know if anyone else has had like other experiences. That's just like what's been happening to me honestly with a lot of the stuff that I put on my closet. But I mean, it's whatever. I understand everyone has their standards. I get it. Like, that is why I usually want to buy brand new bags, because I know how picky I am. So when it comes to used stuff and they didn't like specify it online, it's just like, ugh, like I just don't like this bag anymore. Like, I should have just bought the new thing and just not try to get a bargain, just paid full price. But anyway, that is just one thing that's like annoying to me, because anyway, that's just my opinion, where I felt like the bag was in pristine condition, but to someone else it's not. So yeah, those are the two cons that I definitely have with Poshmark. And also another huge con that I have with Poshmark is that they take a huge cut from what you make. So a lot of times, probably if you're familiar with Poshmark, you'll see something of like, why is the person only taking like $200 off the regular price of like what it's selling on like Dior or Chanel? Like, might as well just go to them and just buy it from the store. The reasoning is because of how much of a cut Poshmark takes. I don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure it's like up to 20%. So it's just crazy. Like, you're really not making that much money off of it. That's just something to keep in mind if you did want to sell from Poshmark. But again, it's just nice because you have control of everything. And then the last one, I've actually never personally sold from this because it kind of just reminded me a lot of Anne's Fabulous Finds. So this one is the Real Real. Again, it's just a consignment store where you go and send it to them, and then they just keep it on their website until someone buys it. So again, if you're like someone like me where you just want it right away and instant, and you're not trying to like wait around for this bag to sell because you want to get a new one to add to your collection, that wouldn't be the best bet then. But for the most part, I've heard like good things. I think they do take a good chunk. Like, that's the only bad thing that I've heard is like the quotes that you get back from the Real Real are pretty bad. Like, they definitely lowball you. Again, it's like a hit or miss. Like, I've heard like other people who had really good quotes. So I guess it's kind of like fashionphile in the sense where it really just depends on, I guess, what their inventory is like, or how trendy is that bag still. But again, I didn't specify this from the last three, but they always will send you a prepaid label for you to ship out, so you never have to worry about shipping costs either. That is always just included, and that's probably why they do take a percentage off of it. But yeah, those are literally the 5 top sites that I know of and tried using or have used and did reviews on them. So hopefully you guys found this helpful if you're trying to sell some stuff from your collection to make more room, or just need more money to use it for something else, or want to have more in your savings. Hopefully you guys found this helpful. You should definitely check out my other videos and follow me on TikTok and Instagram, because I do post pretty often there as well. And make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any other questions about any of this stuff. I'm usually pretty good when it comes to answering. And I'll check you guys out in my next video. Bye!